I was gonna. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna go Food Wars with the chocolate
Oh?
with the marshmallow in it.
Oh, wait, what? you gonna take your clothes off? Were you?
Yes, yes, I was.
Oh my gosh.
Missed out light.
Let's
I got
go.
sidetracked, unfortunately.
The flavor, it bursts in your mouth. It's having its way with my tongue.
Exactly. The marshmallow is so fluffy, like beds of. I don't know. Go on.
Oh god. So busty. As spawning in the top left corner of Site Delta, we have our Chinese Zerg player, our Teal Zerg, representing the Starving Camels, SSLT. It is Silky.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map here for Mystery Gaming, this is KingSlayeR. We have the celery and peanut butter in the chat there. That's called girl dinner. Girl dinner.
What was that?
Pretty partial to girl dinner myself.
What in peanut butter? What?
Celery.
Celery.
Like celery and peanut butter, celery and any combination of like celery, carrot, cucumber, peanut butter, and hummus is girl dinner.
I can get
I
behind.
support it. I'm a big fan.
I can get behind the hummus. I'm not a big peanut butter guy. I don't know. Like I never grew up with it, so I've never had a peanut butter sandwich.
Wait, what?
I've never had it before. Like peanut butter as a spread was never in the house.
That's crazy. It's good for cooking too. Like if you get some for like your toast or whatever, like you can put it in like curries and stuff. It's pretty nice.
We have some Latin American dishes where, like as you mentioned, for me growing up, peanut butter is like for cooking. That's it. Like it's not something you like put on crackers or like on a sandwich. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I've never had it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna defend white food. It's trash, honestly.
Fair enough. You're like, right. We have celery with peanut butter. Okay.
Yeah.
That's our dinner. That's okay.
Yeah, we're peanut butter curries are where it's at. That's nice.
Yeah.
With like chili.
Yeah.
Good amount of chili. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. As we're getting into our openers, nothing too fancy. We get to dive into another ZvT, pop people. Not the most standard. Again, Silky is one of the more aggressive players. We got to bear witness to that in World Team League. But as we get into things, 2 Lings already do go down to this 1 Reaper.
Yeah, first Reaper doing a pretty good job there, and it is just going to be a 3cc build coming out behind that. So we saw this before. KingSlayeR, when he was playing against Mio, was playing some pretty standard builds for the most part. Notably, we didn't see the low ground 2 racks at all. And I feel like that's a build that we don't actually see that much in the region. When I'm thinking of other Terrans, players like, I don't know, some of the Taiwanese Terrans as well, like Eternity and Naxian, I feel like we do just see 3cc Banshee most of the time in this region, and maybe on the new patch we'll see the 2-fac builds like this a lot more often as well.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I agree, like even when it comes to the Korean Terran players, the only person that I've seen so far in the past couple weeks go for the low ground 2 racks is Byun. Like he still does it. He still does it. Yeah, but like Maru and Kyo, actually no, sorry, I have seen Maru do it recently, but I haven't seen Kyo do it. Like Kyo has been very fond of early cyclones as well.
Yeah, okay. Is anything in particular that would make the 2 racks on the low ground not good anymore, or is it just that there's other options?
I guess it's because, like, if you remember, even before the new patch, Cure, he was playing around with his early Cyclone build, right, where he would get a medevac and hunt down overlords. So now he's like, with the new patch, like he's just a little bit more fond of like getting those earlier Cyclones as well, and just gaining map control and shutting down vision and just hunting down overlords wherever he can. Yeah, I guess it might just be a stylistic thing from Cure at least. And then I'm sure it'll catch back on. I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. That does make sense. But here you go. The Overlord's going to be coming in at a pretty nice timing. Good angle as well, so it should be able to get a full scout of everything. KingSlayeR here, a little weirdly, it doesn't opt for the second Marine. Usually when you're going for 2 factory builds like this, you get a second Marine just to make sure this Overlord can't come in. But he's seemingly okay with this scout going down.
Yeah. I mean, mate, he wants to strike fear into the heart of Silky, okay? Mech! I understand. It's a Zerg thing, Pop. It's a Zerg thing. It's mental warfare.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
But we are seeing the Mass Cyclone opener once again. This really didn't work very well against Mio, but Mio was also playing Massling Hydra. I think we're going to be able to get a little bit of a... Oh, no, never mind.
I mean, we're getting Ling Hydra, but if you remember, something that Miyamika did do is that when he threw down the Hydra, he threw down an Infestation Bit at the same time, and he did get 2 very fast Infestors as well to help lock down those Cyclones, whereas we're not quite seeing that here from Silky. So without the Infestors, potentially, KingSlayeR could get some more damage done.
True. But
oh,
the game's going to have to be unpaused before he can do that.
It's true. That is the way it works.
Yeah. Cyclones aren't that good.
Game resumed.
Okay, PM Papias. We are just getting back into the game. Again, there was a bit of a pause, and hopefully everything's okay. You know, maybe like, you know, the cat jumped onto the table and like swatted the mouse away and like bit the headset. It's fine. It's fine.
Someone else's cat broke my earphones recently.
How did it break your earphones? What did it?
Just like, well, okay, so I like got back on the train heading home, and I put my earphones on to listen to some music, and the music wasn't playing. And like I jiggled the cord around, I was playing around with it, and then I looked down at the cord of the cable as we just see all these links getting massacred, and the cord was just like completely chewed up.
Yep.
Like it's like not even really connected anymore.
I was about to ask you about that because that feels like, I don't know if it's common, but I've seen it enough where like cats they nibble away at like earphone cables. Have you ever had an issue with Rufus like nibbling cables or?
Well, yeah, I tucked my phone charger away because I'm pretty sure once he like bit the end of it and got like a small shock. Like, I think because his tongue's a little bit wet. I just heard this little zip and he was like, "Ugh."
Good. At least, you know, he found out, and I'm sure he's not going to do that again, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely would do it again. I just tucked the cable away.
He's like, no, he likes it, Bob. He likes the shock. It
spicy.
Keeps him alive. It makes him know he's alive. Oh, okay. Fair.
All right, so KingSlayeR, this build's doing a lot better this time. He's caught a lot of lings, a lot of little stray run-bys. I think he's gotten a little bit lucky sometimes with the positioning with these units, but he has been getting a lot more momentum than he did enjoy in that game against Mio. But we do see Silky's going for something interesting. He's going for a very fast hive.
Yeah, Hive is on the way. I imagine 4 Vipers to help shut down these Cyclones. But here we go. The Lings are going. A couple of Hydras are going down. Big mine shot there as well.
A lot of Cyclones going down as well. You can see the shorter lock-on range does make it harder for the lock-ons to be taken without losing Cyclones. That didn't really feel like a very good trade.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because like when you're going for this style, you need to just build up momentum with your Cyclones and snowball out of control. 7 Cyclones went down for 9 Hydras. A bit of a one-to-one trade, but again, Silky can afford to replace those Hydras a little bit more so than KingSlayeR.
Yeah, I would have put it out here. I think this Mass Cyclone build's trash, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't like it either, I'll be honest. I can see it. Like I like Cyclones against Protoss, not so much against Zerg, especially when we're committing this hard. We're making 6 Cyclones at a time. We're not transitioning into tanks.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, they're just not trading well with the Hydras. That was a really bad trade there. So, KingSlayeR, I like the way that he's playing it. He's doing a really good job keeping the creep spread back, but yeah, we can see just that distraction that Silky made with the Ling run by allowed him to get a fantastic trade, and KingSlayeR needs to stay out on the map. He needs to keep the momentum up.
Exactly. He can't back off. He can't stay back at him. He needs to be as active as possible. The Vipers are arriving. They are another secure way to deal with these Cyclones. Silky once again setting up a run by here towards the south, getting ready to rush in towards that 3rd base, and he's just waiting for the moment when KingSlayeR does move out.
Yeah, there we go. He will see these Cyclones over here. I think once those are across the map, he can probably send these Lings in. There's not too much there to defend at the 3rd base, but I mean, KingSlayeR's getting his 4th up. He's definitely got, despite losing some pretty bad trades with the Cyclones against some Hydras, he is definitely in a better position than he was against Mio. So I think we're going to see the idea that he has a bit more now. I would like to see him mix in a few tanks at this point.
I would as well. Like, I feel like when you open up Cyclone like this, like, it's like a stepping stone to get into a higher form of mech with your tanks and with the more, like, you know, standard, even previous mech composition. But no, we're just doubling down. We're mixing in a couple of Widow Mines. Drilling Claws does start up.
He was making 8 Cyclones at a time there, which is pretty crazy to see. But I worry for him. There's a Lurker down on the way, and he really has not much that's going to be able to deal with Lurkers. I mean, if they're moving around, they're going to be easy pickings, but once they're sieged, I feel like these Cyclones are really going to struggle to clear them.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the biggest weakness here of going Mass Cyclone is something like Lunker Tech, whether it's Lurkers or even Broodlords, any kind of higher form of Hive Tech army. So we'll see how he can react to it in time. If he can, this is going for a run by and he can at least catch a hatchery.
Yeah, I like the way that he split up his Cyclones now. That's, as long as he can keep them both safe, I think that's going to be a good move here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. As he's able to come in, pick up a base, rotate back around as well. But the Vipers are now full of energy, ready to abduct, ready to yoink. And we'll see how Silky can now engage here as he's just trying to open up a pathway and take down these rocks. Oh!
KingSlayeR is still making Cyclones. I feel like he's having a bit of fun here.
Yeah. Mate, he heard you say that the Mass Cyclone is bad, and he's here to prove you wrong. All right, we'll see which one he does pull off. Decent mine shot's going to be going up. He trades a little bit better here against these Hydras. At the same time, a big counterattack here, taking down 10 drones. Oh.
Yeah, he's definitely trading better now. These Cyclones, not long for the world. They are going to be kind of wedging themselves into a corner here. But, oh, it looks like maybe the Cyclones did trade off with that other group of Hydras.
Yeah, it looks like it did, actually, because Silky plummeted. I'll be honest, I didn't look at that because I thought that like Silky would just win that fight and come in for a surround. But no, that did not happen, and Silky is down in supply.
Yep, this is looking pretty good for KingSlayeR now. He's getting a 5th up, and I think with that 5th up and mining, that's going to be a lot of trouble for Silky. I mean, Silky's only just building his 5th now.
Yeah, the 5th is just out of the way. I mean, we saw the cancel earlier, right? He didn't double expand. He's still stuck on 4 base economy. The Cyclones are rushing on forward, and mate, really what you need when you're going Mass Cyclone, Asher, is you need faith. Okay, you need faith, you need belief, because mate, you can make anything happen.
Yeah, I think he's almost done it. Absolute mad lad here, but we do see the Lurkers are out. They are in position, so that is probably the end of Cyclones doing anything. Well, looks like he disagrees. No more Cyclones fired up.
Right, that's the thing, right? It should be the end of the Cyclones. We only have 3 Lurkers here on the on the right-hand side, but it is enough here to hold on to this 4th base. The question becomes, though, can we expand and take a 5th? Because KingSlayeR, even though he can't push into these bases, he could still deny that 5th base.
12 Cyclones at a time now. Making a starport finally.
Yeah.
I would actually kind of like to see him play like a Protoss and like slowly go into BCs now.
That wouldn't be a bad choice here. He does clean up 3 of those Lurkers, but that was an expensive trade. He lost like 6+ Cyclones killing those Lurkers. That was insane. That was, ugh.
Yeah, definitely a rough trade. I do feel like as he starts to approach maxed out, though, with how many Cyclones he can make at a time, it might be okay for him to take some worse trades. He does have a really good eco.
He does. He does have a solid economy behind this. Silky's still not saturating that 5th base either. He's on a very low worker count himself. He's only on 66, as there's the fusion core.
Yeah. I know what's going on.
He knows how to win, Bobby. He knows.
Yeah, I think it's kind of going to be like the way that Hero goes into carriers, where he's just going to slowly add stuff. Oh my god, those trades so bad against Lurkers.
I mean, he took down the Lurkers, and yeah, how Hero Heath slowly just like eases his way into Skytel. Similarly, we could see the same here from our Terran player, but the army is completely being missed as Silky is going right for the natural.
Yeah, and this is where the trouble can kind of occur. Once these Lurkers are set up in between the bases, I'm not really sure how KingSlayeR actually deals with this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. He's going to take down the 5th base, but he's losing the 3rd across the map as well. Lurkers are just covering this position. Oh, the Cyclones! No!
Yeah, Cyclones rally in. They are made short work of by these Lurkers, and I'm pretty sure there just isn't any way for KingSlayeR to deal with this. I think he has to go for counterattacks, but where are his Cyclones? Where is his army?
Well, this is there you go. He's got a couple of Cyclones here. He's going to try and push in, but he's going to lose everything. This is not going to be a good trade, and he cannot break this position.
Oh, man. So many going down. It looks like he will be able to come in from the north and finally clear that up, but that's that's all the cycle.
Yeah.
That's just it.
That's everything. Yeah. That is all that she wrote. We do see another base going down. GG gets called, and Silky will take game number 1.
Okay. Now, if you're in the chat and you're in Diamond Zerg, my Twitter handle is AsherBro. I want you to go there and I want you to apologize to me. If you ever said that the Mass Cyclone's good and it's going to be a problem,
oh my god,
written apology in my
DM.
DMs.
Only animals thought that mass cyclone would be a problem. I mean, we spoke about it a lot there in that game about how like cyclone, like we can transition into more like mecha, like tank heavy army, and we can be good. But KingSlayeR, he stood to his guns. You know, he stood to his cyclones. He did not give up on them. He has faith, Papi. He has faith. And there were definitely some moments where he was looking good, don't get me wrong, but you know, as soon as those lurkers came out, there was just nothing that he could really do.
Yeah, I feel like if he just made a few tanks when he got up to 5 bases, he probably would have crushed that game, but
yeah.
It's a cool little experiment there.
Yeah.
Oh, players.
Oh my god.
Right, there we go. KingSlayeR caught on. All good.
I didn't realize that was how you say, oh. Smooch, Papi, smooch.
Alright, so Light's not going to be taking the ZvT, fortunately.
No!
God.
I left, Papi, I left. It's like, we're good.
Alright.
So, because like, what's wrong? I want to play you, Papi. I want to play you.
Yeah. Have a slightly easier game. No cyclones. That's the main thing.
True.
I love it. As a new map for me, this one.
Yeah, it is going to be the new map, also made by the same person that did make Hecate. It is Alkioni.
I'm not saying that.
Are you going to say Cyclone? Yako was having a hard time. He called it Cyclone earlier yesterday.
Is it a... it's not an... what's the word? When you like can mix up the letters to make the same word? Anagram? Is that it?
Dyslexic? Is that what
Alright, I'm going to go with anagram.
Okay. That's what it is, yeah.
And I'm just going to call this Ala clone. I don't know.
What?
In the bottom left-hand corner here. He is up 1 game now, playing for the Starving Camels. This is Silky.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alkioni, we have his opponent. We have the Chinese Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is KingSlayeR. Now, KingSlayeR, he reminds me of Clem, where, you know this, for every now and then, for some reason, Clem plays mech, and his bio play isn't bad, you know, like he can go toe to toe, but he doesn't have to, but he likes it every now and then. He likes it, and I don't understand why. Similar thing here, you know. Hopefully, KingSlayer's been a little bit humbled by that last game, and that's gonna be the last we see of Mass Cyclone, but I don't know. See.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully forever from everyone. But if I can get you into the head of the Terran a little bit.
Okay. Well, hold on. So I need to. I'm gonna get inside you.
All right, you ready?
Okay. I mean.
All right. So. Basically,
it's a Zerg patch and a Protoss pool. Like, well, what can we do, Papi? What can we do? Oh, we're just trying to survive.
What happens is every 2 months, you forget the last time you played Mac because you just played so many bio games.
Okay.
Your brain is mush. Like, you're playing Terran, so you're already not that smart to start off with. And it's been a while, and you have this copium that builds up over time where you're like, man, like, these Zergs are always complaining about tanks being in awkward positions. There's always like Hellbats just like roasting all the Lings, and like the Blue Flame 3+3 ones used to like one-shot the Lings as well. And you're like, man, I'm just picturing that I get to sit back and chill, and like the Zerg just throws themselves onto me, and like the Zerg's really like mad and sad and upset, and they're like complaining on Reddit. That's the thought process that goes into playing Mac, and then you do it, and then you don't do it again for 2 months.
Well, the cherry on top is that is you like tune into like an ESL Open Cup, and then you see Gumiho.
Yeah, Gumiho's lost a lot of MMR for Terrans over the years.
You see Gumiho clowning on like Dark or Rainer or something with Mech, and you're like, oh, like he gives you, I think he oh my god, as we're gonna be hunting down the Overlord, but he gives you something that you mentioned, right? The hopium, the copium. It's strong in the Terrans, and it's hard to resist. It's hard. You
see Gumiho and you're like, yeah, I can just like make a CC, skip my first unit out of the racks, like go straight 3 racks with like 1 Cyclone or something. I mean, straight 3 CC with like 1 Cyclone.
Yeah.
And then you die because you're not Gumiho.
Smurge, Buffy, Smurge. Oh god, but yeah, you know, I'm sure KingSlayeR, hopefully he's gotten it out of his system and he's going for a much more standard 1-1-1. But before that happens, Link Speed kicks in, the Marines go down, and now we can go and wreak havoc on these SCVs.
Yeah, really good move by Silky here. We're seeing some of those wily old veteran tricks there. He does recognize that those Marines were a little bit exposed, and that's some really fantastic damage.
Yeah, exactly, mate. You want to kill my Overlord by lifting up your CC? I'ma punish you for it, and he does. So, just like that, he's able to deal some counter damage. Behind this, Silky rushing into a Roach Warren, actually, instead. A very early Roach Warren. Likewise, Hellbat push on the way from KingSlayeR.
Yeah, okay, this is a pretty crazy situation. Basically, whoever moves out first is going to be in a little bit of trouble. If we do have Marauders back at home defensively, that's fantastic for the Terran. But if the Terran moves out all the way across the map with the Hellbat push and the Roaches are there to meet it, the Terran's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I do agree with that sentiment here, that essentially the aggressor is going to be at a disadvantage and the defender will be at the advantage. But here we go, the Roaches are going to be the first to move out, at least to take control of the Zolnaga. Lings are going to be flooding behind this as well, as Silky is essentially going all in, cutting workers at 31.
Yeah, Silky going very all in here, and if the Terran can sniff this out and get back behind his wall, this should be pretty good for KingSlayeR.
Yeah, there we go. He fully walls off. His Viking spots the army coming across the map. Hellbats are going to be morphed in, and Marauders. There's a bunker behind this as well, and he is well set up for this, but we'll see what the engagement does look like.
Yeah, there we go. Trying to come out and meet this, just to slow down those Roaches from taking everything out. Already getting a Roach as well. Really nice start here. I could maybe see him starting to make a couple Cyclones as well. I think that could be good in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's got Hellions to do with the Lings. Cyclones would help as well. The wall is being knocked down. KingSlayeR, he is going to get supply blocked.
Yeah, supply block frantically runs back to get those Marauders into the bunker here. The Bile's going to be going down on the SCVs, denying that repair. So we see the Lings overwhelming now, and actually Silky is overwhelming the base.
He breaks on through, busts into the main base. GG gets called, and Silky takes a 2-0 lead in this series.
Gee, I was thinking that KingSlayeR was pretty well set up to defend that, but looks like I wasn't quite right, or at least Silky was able to make some magic happen there. But unfortunately for KingSlayeR, Silky taking a pretty quick win though.
Yeah, exactly. Silky was able to bust through that wall. Honestly, as well, bearing in mind that Silky was also very patient with his Lings, right? He was keeping them at bay, waiting for the opening to allow them to just rush on in and get a surround on those Hellions, to get a surround on the Marauder as well. And he was able to bust on through in the end. So yeah, very well executed from Silky. And now KingSlayeR, he's up against the wall. One more loss, and that's going to be the end of this series and the end of his chances to make it into ESL Masters Asia.
Yeah, that's right. Silky here looking poised to take the 3-0. Is KingSlayeR going to be able to fight back? Is he going to be able to pull out some hectic gameplay?
I just want some HS. I was denied my HSP the other day, Papi.
Oh no. It all comes back to food.
You're making me crave it, Papi. Oh,
I'm sorry, cousin.
I'm sorry, cuz. I'll make it up to you.
We'll get you your HSP. No HSP left behind. It's all about family.
True. Family. I'm gonna look for the photo for you. Hold on, I'm gonna show you what.
A photo?
Yeah.
Of the HSP you didn't get?
No.
Is it like that thing, you know, when you don't get food and Uber Eats is like, can you take a photo of the problem? And you're just like, okay. You just take a photo of your empty hands.
I sent you a link on Discord as we're getting into game number 3 here, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have the Chinese Zerg player up 2-0 in this best of 5, 1 game away from advancing on here through the qualifiers into the main event. It is Silky for the Starving Camels.
And in the top right-hand corner of the map, needs to get some wins back on the board to get back into this best of 5. This is Mystery Gaming's KingSlayeR. Oh.
I think what's crazy about this is that I could be wrong. It looks like they like sprinkled curry powder on top of it. It's not like they cooked it with it, right? Am I crazy? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's a cursed pizza. It's actually, it's so bait that it didn't bait anyone. It's too obvious. You gotta be a bit more subtle.
I'm pretty sure, but he ate it though. I'm pretty sure he ate it.
No, I don't. Bait.
You're like, there's no way. There's no way.
Baiting Raynor and Gabe.
This is not edible food. Like he would be dead if he tried to put this inside him. There's no way. I'm like, no, he ate it.
Nah, it's just a bit. Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, okay. I'm trying to think. There's got to be like a more subtle way to do that. Like if I was trying really hard to just like trigger Italians, I reckon you could just snap one piece of spaghetti and put the half piece of spaghetti right in the middle of the pizza and say nothing. That would trigger some Italians real hard.
So really, that's all that this is missing. We need some snapped in half spaghetti.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. As he did have a pull first opener here from Silky, gets across the map with his Lings. The boys are being pulled, and I'm getting some deja vu here from the Miyamika series. Can we save the CC? We will, but it's going to force some lost mining time.
Yeah, just a pull first here, not a 12 pull, so it should be okay to save the CC, but this is not being very well handled at all by KingSlayeR. I think that was 3 SEVs that went down against a pull first. That's pretty close to game ending, to be honest.
Yeah, that's brutal. 3 SCVs for 6 Lings, and just like that, Silky's going to be able to take a worker advantage. As also a big delay on the CC as well, and behind this, it is going to be a 3CC opener, so we're going to try and get back into this economically. As, oh my god, Silky has no chill. Oh my god.
Roach and Lair, really interesting. This could be maybe a Nidus build.
This could definitely be a Nidus build. We'll see how many gases are taken. This is either Nidus or maybe we could just be rushing into Roach speed, question mark. Regardless, this is just a very aggressive opener, or follow-up even, from Silky.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it could just be 2-base Roach. But either way, we are going to be seeing... There is a Cyclone that's come out for the Terran here. We're getting a Starport and a Tech Lab as well, so potentially Banshees after this. I feel like he has all the makings of the defense here.
Yeah, I mean, Banshees are going to be amazing defensively against these aggressive Roaches, as long as they're in position, as long as they are here at home to defend. There's Yad on top for said Banshees. So this isn't looking too bad here for KingSlayeR, getting in towards the mid-game.
If it's a Nidus, he might be dead though. But no, okay, looks like it's just going to be the 2-base Roach kind of openers. We have been seeing this pop up quite a lot against the 2-Rax builds. The 2-Rax Reaper build, sorry, from the main base. But I don't see this 3CC Banshee that much. I wonder if he goes for the Serral version of this, where there's a Queen drop paired up with it.
Oh, maybe that would be a nice way to spice things up. Meanwhile, I was just a little bit distracted. I've never noticed that there's like a head that pops out. Like that's.
There's I think it's a little Roach that's in there.
Yeah. It's always been, it's disturbing.
I think I've heard about it before, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. I'm gonna look away.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you're doing when you're playing Zerg. I mean, if you're not willing to face the facts, like maybe you should play a race that's less disgusting.
I don't think there is one.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Let's play a different game.
I don't like this, Poppy. Don't like this. Says, here we go. We have Overlord speed on the way, Poppy. 8 roaches as well. We're cutting workers at 43. It is looking like we are setting up for an all-in with some queen drops. Oh.
Yeah, this is something that Reynor really likes to do against Protoss. You don't see it against Terran that much, but I think it is good against mech specifically. This isn't mech, so it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I feel like a lot of this comes down to whether the queens are able to get set up and get the creep going when they do drop eventually.
Yeah, exactly. What's interesting as well is that we only have 3 queens, so there aren't going to be that many with this push. So again, I'm also very perplexed or very interested to see how this all comes together, as I'm sure this is very intentional from Silky. And here we go, the all-in is upon us. We're sending everything across the map, the dropper lords as well. KingSlayeR is currently none the wiser. He's going to be dipping onto creep here, but the army is bypassing the forces of KingSlayeR.
Yeah, I mean, Chef Silky, he is in the kitchen right now, and I say we let him cook. I think he's got something happening here.
Let him cook, Fafi, let him cook. And the Banshee does end up spotting the army. Ravagers are now on the way. That's a lot of Ravagers available here for Silky. The tank out of position.
God, this hits really fast. So it's 6:30 against the 3cc Banshee. The Queen's going to go do a good job of pushing that Banshee away as well. This is a really nice timing.
It really is. The wall has been broken. The Banshee goes down as well. Now we're getting on top of the tank. The tank is going to get piled down.
Yeah, that tank in the main was not sieged. That's a big mistake here, and that could be costly for KingSlayeR.
Yeah, exactly. He does not quite have high ground vision. He is being forced out of the natural base, but he's still getting a lot of damage done. He's still knocking down this wall, denying any mining at that third base. But can he break his opponent? Can he go for the kill? He is droning, or at least squeezing out a worker behind this. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, roaches, they're certainly bloated supply, but when you're doubling the supply of your opponent, I think that is going to be enough. So things are looking very good for the Zerg here.
They are, and you're asking for the creep, and there it is. The creep is slowly being spread here backwards from the bases of the Terran towards the bases of the Zerg. And from here, we can see Silky just rotating around and keep spreading all of that creep. A bit of a Eric move here as he's spreading creep here in the center on the right-hand side, and he should be spreading it here towards the left as well.
Yeah, I've been seeing Sarah do this kind of thing a lot lately as well, and it can just be very annoying for the Terran because, I mean, you're trying to get that third back up and running as fast as you can. You really are dealing with all sorts of fires everywhere, so it just makes things more complicated.
Yeah, start all the fires. We have a Spire behind this again to Muta play. Has to be careful because there are plenty of Marines to deal with this. With the Mutas, of course, they can just keep the army back at home and just look to cripple the economy, look to maintain control of the economy as Silky's just droning behind this.
Yeah, KingSlayeR is really badly supply blocked here just because of all the chaos that has been ensuing here. And wow, the drop even gets spotted out. Things are just not going the Terran's way here.
They really are nuts, and the medevac even taking a couple of hits from these queens. At least the medevacs, they will survive. They will be able to back on off, but as you mentioned, it has been spotted, which means we cannot, or we shouldn't really be able to deal any damage across the map.
Yeah, Silky's doing a fantastic job. He is just being so annoying with his units. He is not letting KingSlayeR get anything right now.
Really is not. And there it is. 6 mutas are now in production to help shut down the drop play and even get some economic damage done. The creep is spreading all around the map here, and some of it is going to be cleaned up, but we still cannot expand. We still cannot take a third.
Yeah, this is wild, truly. KingSlayeR is just struggling to even get the creep away from his third. He hasn't even tried to land that third yet. I think he's got enough Marines now that he can go for it, but he's going to have to clear that creep first.
He is, and he has limited scans available. There we go. Finally, he does regain control of his third base location. He can take it. Has a decent Marine army as well, but the mutas, they have hit the field. They're looking to go right into that natural.
Yeah, this is real nasty. There are not many Marines. They are badly out of position as well. And on top of that, we can see that they're, I mean, Silky can see that they're out of position. So
True.
these mutas are going to be set up, I think, to drop into the natural while the roaches are distracting.
Yep, and here we go. The mutas, they do dive in. SCs are going to be going down. They pull the Marines out of position. Now the Roach army can head towards the third.
Yeah, there we go. So the muta's getting some good damage here. I hope you're good at counting, I don't know, let's say 9 SCVs.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah, 9. That's good.
Feels good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We see as well all sorts of upgrades finishing up for the Zerg. We have 1-1 for the Roaches, +1 for the mutas, as well as Ling and Banespeed.
Oh, exactly. We're just getting all the upgrades that we need. A Ling speed, Bailing speed, all the speed, Buffy. But here we go, KingSlayeR. He is going for his own all-in. Like, sure, his third is mining behind this, but he's down to 39 SCVs. He is not fully saturated whatsoever. It is all or nothing for the Terran.
Yeah, desperate all in for the Terran here. We saw him pull this off against Mio, but Mio did not have Bane speed, and he did not jump on the tanks unsieged.
Oh, the tanks are all going to go down. Some Marines do survive, but there's plenty of Roach Ravager to deal with this. Another tank gets caught out as it attempts to reinforce. The mutas are going down, but there are so many Roaches.
So many Roaches, indeed. The medevac's going to be picking up, trying to get on out of there. We still have mutas, so those medevacs could be in a lot of trouble. The Roach is going to be trying to get back on top of these Marines, and everything cleaned up beautifully by the Zerg here. Silky looking like he might just be cruising to a 3-0 and qualification.
Exactly. Silky is the best Zerg player in China. It would be a weird event if he were not in the regionals for ESL Masters Winter, and he is making his way there. He's still spreading creep all around the map, on the left, on the right hand side. He's remaxing, remaking those mutas even, just to make sure he has that anti-air. And KingSlayeR, he is down to 1 tank.
Yep, 1 tank just finally finishing up that saturation on the 3rd base here. And we do see the Zerg as well going into Hive as well. So just kind of thinking ahead, thinking of, you know, what could possibly happen in this game to make him lose. Wow, what could be his next step after this? So yeah, we can really see the experience of Silky shining through here.
Yeah, he's just securing himself, making sure he doesn't throw anything away, making sure he has tech to go into whatever direction he needs to as the game goes on. Turret in the natural is gonna go down, and KingSlayeR cannot keep up with these mutas. Another 9 SCVs go down.
9,
yeah,
10,
yeah,
11.
12.
Yeah, the natural is completely cleared out here. KingSlayeR really struggling for money to get that back up and running as well. We can see that those minerals are really low right now.
They really are. Even a Baneling connecting here on the right hand side, just going to be hindering the economy here. And we can see Silky has maxed. He has hit critical mass of army, and he's looking to just collapse here on this base. And KingSlayeR, he's just up against the wall right now. He's staying in this. He knows that his tournament life, his qualifier life is on the line. He can't just give it up, but alas, there's just so much to overcome.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just the dream game for a Zerg here. You're getting to make mutas. They're actually doing something. You're getting to spread and creep on the other side of the map. Bane Rumba is running in, almost getting the orbital. This is just everything you want as a Zerg player. Silky just having his way with KingSlayeR here.
He really is. This way and that is the army of a Silky, just all over the map. Vision everywhere as well. He's under no danger of a counterattack. KingSlayeR, he's slowly building up his tank count. He's now working on 2-2, but as he is, we see Silky even taking up into ultras. I don't know if we're going to see them, but he's going to have access to them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the ultras make a lot of sense. We have a lot of money. We're against a low-tech Terran, just Marines and tanks. I mean, ultras is just the simplest way to turn an eco advantage into an unstoppable force.
Yeah. Oh, there's an eye. It's under the mouth.
Yeah, his head looks upside down.
Yeah. How's it not dizzy?
It looks like front heavy. Looks like he'd topple over.
Yeah. It looks like there's a lot of weight on the head.
Tripod.
Not on the base.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, they come in all shapes and sizes.
They do. Fine. They do. Yeah, we like them. I was going to say something. Never mind. Yeah. That's so beautiful.
Don't.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, the music's going to run around here, being annoying, picking off what they can. Potentially, I could see them dipping into the main as well. We just have units pretty much everywhere here for Silky. he's having a bit of fun here, I think. I mean, there's no fourth coming up for the Terran. He really doesn't have to rush with this, especially with Ultras on the horizon. But here we go. The attack is running on in. Baneling's getting on top of the Marines, on top of the tanks. Everything is going down.
Oh, yeah, exactly. As the base has been broken, the SCVs are going to be able to survive, but the mutas, they just push in towards the main base. Not just the mutas, but the Lings as well, as we're looking to camp the production, pick off whatever is left. KingSlayeR, he does have a bit of a standing army. The Thors, they do come out in time.
Yeah, the Thor drop, it's very cute. KingSlayeR is absolutely fighting for his life, doing everything that he can here, pulling out every trick in the book, but I feel like this economic advantage is just too much to overcome.
Yeah, it is just too much. The Marines go down, GG gets called, and Silky will qualify for the ESL Masters Asia Regionals.
GG, very well done from Silky. A convincing, masterful 3-0 there in the ZvT with some very interesting aggressive play.
Yeah, I think that's important to point out. Very aggressive play here from Silky. Very in the face of a KingSlayeR time and time again with early pool timings, whether it's a 12 pool or just a pool first. Likewise, very early roach aggression as well. And this is what Silky is known for. He's known for being more of a cheesy, aggressive player. And KingSlayeR was having a hard time keeping up and a hard time maintaining himself against him.
Yeah, definitely. Just a really well-crafted series there from Silky, and he will be qualifying.
He will be qualifying. GG, well played. With that, we do need to take a moment here to go over the bracket itself to try to get a read on what exactly has been going on and what series have finished and what series are still going on.
That's right. Looks like we only have one series left to play. That is ZvZ, GoGoJoey, and Mia Micah. Looks like they might be going the distance. Mia Micah's up 2-1 at this point, but looking through the list of qualified players, Maxed was able to take out Jim, and Nanami able to take down Rewhite.
Very amazing. Nanami popping off here tonight. Very impressive here to take down. I definitely did favor Rewhites coming into this, especially considering Rewhite 2-0'd Maxed. But Maxed made it through against Jim, and Rewhite did not make it through against Nanami.
That's right, and a great run here by Nanami, taking down Rex 2-0, then taking out Rewhite 3-1. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what these up-and-coming Chinese Protosses can do in the main bracket.
Definitely. Likewise, as you mentioned, there's only one qualifying match left. It is GoGoJoey versus Mia Micah, and we just missed them. They actually just started the game as we ended our series. So they are currently in game 4, and that could even be the final game of the series. So we will allow that to play out. I do favor Mia Micah overall in that series. GoGoJoey is fighting back, so shout out to GoGoJoey, but it is a little bit heartbreaking. You know, there are 2 regulars in our events, and we cheer for them constantly, and only one will make it through. Only one.
Yeah, definitely. 2 big fan favorite Zergs there. At least you get to see one of them, for sure.
Yeah, hey.
Looking on the bright side.
And that is going to be the conclusion of our coverage of the Closed Qualifiers for the Asia region. Again, it has been a brutal weekend, a brutal 3 days of StarCraft. We've had some ups, some downs, some smiles, some cheers, and also some tears as well, as this is the final major event here for the year, the winter season. And yeah, with that, I mean, there's still more events down the line. You know, there's Home Story Cup on the horizon. If you happen to be local to DreamHack Atlanta, there is an open bracket, so you can actually travel there. You can take part in that as well. So there's still more to come, but you know, this is kind of the big event for a lot of these players. And yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Yes, sir. Do you have, how much more casting do you have today, Light?
Oh, we're a third of the way through.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up, because even though we're going to be taking a bit of a break, it's going to be an extended break, because in 1 hour and 45 minutes, we're going to be returning with the European Closed Qualifier to find out who makes it through into the regionals of ESL Masters Europe. And then after that, we do have the Americas Closed Qualifier as well.
Beautiful. So getting into the business end in both of those regions, do you have Dare Ice Coffee?
I I have not had coffee this entire weekend. I have not had it, but I may have to today. I'm a little bit groggy.
Okay.
I'm a little bit. We'll see. I'm gonna do some squats. I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna gotta try and get the blood pumping. Gonna get it going, get it throbbing, and yeah. After we'll see. We'll see if I get some coffee from here.
Do you have Red Bulls or just coffee?
I mean, I've been living off of hot water and honey. Tea. I've been having tea over the past couple of days. Tea and some water. Yeah.
Grim.
But that may change tonight. I mean, it's been less about staying awake. Like, I've been able to stay awake and stay energized for the most part.
Okay.
But yesterday my throat was giving out a little bit. Big shout to Yaku. He jumped on and he casted Americas with me. And mate, it is so much easier on your vocal cords when you're co-casting with someone. Literally, I'm speaking like half the time that I usually do. It's great. Thank you.
Especially if they're louder than you.
Yeah. True.
Like Yaku do the yelling.
Yeah. It's great. But thank you, Asher. Thank you so much for joining me today here for the ESL Asia broadcast. It's been years, but it's been far too long since we've been able to spend the night together. So thank you. I appreciate it.
It was good fun. It actually was fun.
Yeah, always, Papi, always. For those that are just now tuning in, for those that are maybe unfamiliar with AsherBro, because he hasn't been active recently when it comes to casting, he may be a little bit more active on his own channel, maybe, at some point, possibly.
First time hearing of it.
If you want to follow more AsherBro, remember he actually posed a challenge to you. If you're like what'd you say? If you're like a Zerg player out there?
Oh yeah, if you're a Diamond Zerg.
Yeah.
Uninstall. No.
Oh my god.
DM me on Twitter and apologize for saying cyclones are good.
There you go. DM Asher on Twitter and tell him that cyclones are good. Yeah.
I'm over it. It was a heat of the moment thing. I apologize, Diamond Zergs. You guys, you matter.
Este Ash. But yeah, he's a great guy, and he's wholesome, and he streams every now and then, streaming a little bit less recently, but you know what? You never know. Maybe like in a week or 2 or 3 or even 4, a random stream may pop up. So you want to be following Asher to be there for it.
I don't have OBS on my computer at the moment, but maybe.
Smooch. But I'm sure we'll be able to cast some more games maybe next week. Maybe we'll find some time to spend some time together. Yeah.
That's more likely.
Yeah.
Although I was thinking about like maybe streaming some other game. But, I started playing Stardew, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the next few months.
Oh, stream some Stardew. You got to build up your. Have you played Stardew before? Or is this your first time?
First time playing it properly, yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Get your farm going, you gotta. Have you played Harvest Moon?
No, I don't usually like these games. So yeah, I'm in danger right now. My free time is in serious peril.
Wait, what are you doing with your free time anyway? Like, come on, let's be real here. Like, what are you trying to say?
I'm
trying to be productive.
Grass. I'm touching grass.
Is that meant to be impressive? Is that meant to be a good thing? Is that
no? But yeah. Let's move on.
Okay. So you can follow Ash. You can follow myself as well if you are interested. I do also stream whenever I can on my own personal channel. I haven't been streaming these past couple of days because I've been casting 13 14 hours a day. So after this casting marathon, I will be streaming during the week. So if you're interested in some Zerg ladder gameplay, I got you covered. If I survive the weekend, though. If I survive.
Or you can just have your stream with the little spider down in the corner and just play the music.
Spider?
Yeah, when you don't have the cam and there's like the spider in the corner.
That's a drone, Papi. That's a drone.
The spider.
God damn It's not a spider at all. What are you talking about? It's a drone with like a black like headband, like a thieving headband, like a burglar, and he's stealing gas.
The ninja spider.
Yeah, there you go. So you can follow me there if you're interested. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Exclamation mark socials in the chat if you guys are interested in following us on the CranKy Ducklings. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have a Discord server as well. All things CranKy Ducklings. You can support us on Patreon if you wish, or even subscribe on a Twitch if you want to support us. All the money that we make goes towards our tournaments that we host on a bi-weekly basis. And we're going to be heading off, and we're going to be coming back in a couple of hours for ESL Americas.
Beautiful. Well, thanks everyone in the chat for hanging out. Thank you, Light, for casting 14 hours, you mad lad. Crazy person.
Yeah.
And thank you, Rufus.
Oh, real feel loco. Do you have anything else you want to say before we head off? Is there anything you want to, about the pizza, about the banana?
Yeah. If you make mass cyclones in TVZ, you're pretty much a banana on pizza. That's what I think of you.
What, the Brazilian banana or the...
No.
Oh.
The weird Twitter banana.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We are going to be heading off here for now, and we're going to be back in 1.5 hours with ESL Masters Europe. See you soon. Bye.